all the band have been really good, and you know, got on well with Eddie again because it was so long ago. You know, it's like a lot of cocaine and girls going down in those days, and
yeah.
so I couldn't really. I remember him, but I couldn't remember him as well.
Right.
If you see what I mean. The Sex Pistols were relatively unknown at that point, and what happened was that they'd done some shows in London, the Chelsea Art College, and a few small clubs and stuff. And they came to Manchester, and P and R, the other guys, had met them in London and said, if you come to Manchester, you know, we'll help you out with things. So what happened then was they came to Manchester, and I didn't know P and R then, and they were kind of working there. But he was collecting tickets on the door, and Harold was doing something else, helping with lights, and I was stood outside waiting to meet this other guy to form another band, you know. And they was waiting for somebody else. This is outside the Lesser Free Trade Hall in Manchester. Anyway, the people we both were supposed to meet we didn't meet them. They met me instead. I met Malcolm McLaren outside, the Sex Pistols manager, and he said, "Oh, they're in here, you know." So that's how I got to meet them, and we watched the first Sex Pistols show together. Was talking at cross purposes because we both arranged to meet somebody else and spoke to different people on the phone. But we said, "Oh, we see him again," so we had a rehearsal the next day, and we got on okay from there. Oh, but in 3 weeks, we had 3 weeks to get a set together and support the Sex Pistols at the same venue again, you know. And what happened there was, that's the one that's in the Party People film.
Right.
What happened was, you know, we rehearsed for 3 weeks, or a few days out of the 3 weeks. We got a bunch of songs together, and then opened up for the Pistols. But by that time the press were picking up on them, and a lot of the music papers came down to that gig. So they reviewed the Pistols. They was on the, you know, front of the magazines, and they reviewed us and put us on the map as well. Because they thought, not only is the Sex Pistols in London, and the Clash were just starting up, and the Damned had just started, there's this band in Manchester called the Buzzcocks, you know. So the local people at Manchester thought, hey, we got a local punk band, you know. And that's the only punk bands there were then, you know. About 4 punk bands for a while. You know, apart from the American side, which, you know, Ramones were going and stuff. And we just got their first album as we were starting, so that was inspiring, you know. And I was looking to form a band like The Who as well, and smash up the guitars, because at that time people were like Yes and stuff. You know, we used to like bits here and there, but it used to go on for half an hour a song, and that's why I thought people used to do songs. People like The Who used to do songs in 2.5 minutes, smash up the guitars and cause excitement. You didn't have to sit there for hours going through this drudgery of things, you know. So from there, and that's how we got going. And they put it in the film of the Party People, which is good. It did inspire people, you know, Tony Wilson, and who did do a lot for Manchester bands and stuff. But that film kind of jumped to the 80s for me then, you know, because there was like about 5 or 6 years of like the punk scene. There was a lot of little punk clubs pre-Hacienda and stuff that, you know, the bands used to play. There was like this place called Fufu's Palace in the early days. It was, this guy was a drag act, you know. And he was the first person to let punks in Manchester, because, like, you know, the leather jackets and the straight trousers and just the messy hair at the time, and then nobody let you in. So, you know, there's regular nightclubs, so you had to. So he let you in there. He had his place was split in 2 halves, and he'd be like doing his drag act in one, and the punks would be in the other side, you know. But if there's any trouble, he'd come in his dress and bang their heads together and throw them out. So, you know, that was a real early club. There was a club called Rafters, and also when we got going, we owned a club and used to show films like Eraserhead, and have bands on and weird things. So Tony Wilson also came to that club, and I think he thought, hold on, they've got their own label, because we'd put our Spiral Scratch record out on our own. They've got now they've opened this club, you know. But we only did it for a little while, but it, you know, like I say, it only had like a bit of the arty films, and there was free floors with the bands on and all that. And you know, by the 80s he built the Hacienda, so I think it inspired him a bit, you know. That's why I say that film jumps. I still think there's another film to be made of that early punk days where kids used to go in the toilets, write on a sheet of paper and say, hey, I've started a fanzine, you know. It was all that do-it-yourself thing in the early days. And I say that was a big inspiration, all that stuff, you know. People would say, suddenly I'm a photographer or I'm a designer, and a lot of things that was going on, you know. So there's definitely an early film we've made, but the 24-Hour Party People is a good film as well for what it, you know, for more the 80s, you know, the Mondays and the Hacienda scene, which is a great scene as well. Yeah, I mean, I remember Bernard, the guitarist and singer now, he's in New Order, but as a guitarist he came around looking at guitars with us one day and stuff like that. And we also gave Joy Division, when we started doing our first major tour, like the theatres and things, they opened up for us, you know.
That's great.
In fact, at the end, they did that sort of tour with us, and Ian Curtis hung himself at the end. Yeah. I was with him 2 days before, and he said he had a problem, met this girl in Paris and stuff, and then I think he was married, you know. But we was 21, and I thought, well, this happens a lot. Didn't realise how hard he was taking it. Within about 2 or 3 days, I was in a club in Manchester and heard the news he'd hung himself. So that was the end of Joy Division then, you know. But yeah, you know, we took them on their first major tour, really, and there was a lot of interest in them as well as us, you know. They opened up for us, and then we did our thing, you know. So yeah, you know, all part of the Manchester scene then, but that's a shame. And then of course they went on to do New Order, so and they still do. Figure out how to get in here now. I've got a light. I'm just trying to figure out which gate it is.
Let's go around.
There's a certain entrance.
This definitely isn't it.
No, tell me. Oh, here.
Right here?
Oh, okay, yeah, because they'll be here in a minute. He's got the details. There's a special kind of gate, you know, so. Yeah, I think some are good. You know, you can tell they're different from when we started off. There's a difference between the Pistols, Clash, and Buzzcocks. Then, like, there's a big gap where, like, Green Day and all that. You know, I think they're good. You know. Yeah, complete. You know, different sound. They've taken things from the well of that inspiration. You know, but it's. Some people say they sound like it, but people that have been watching our show on this tour will be going, man, you know, it's a different ball game. I can see how you've inspired a lot of bands, you know.
Right.
And it is, and noticing it particularly on this tour, because something you never, you know, I don't really think about that. I hear their records, and you know, you like them, and but you know, it does feel completely different, you know.
Right.
And when we do our thing, it is what we do, you know. We was just being ourselves doing it. We didn't have a blueprint to go like, hey, let's just copy somebody else, you know, because we was working in the dark, you know. It's good that a lot of bands have been inspired from all like that. But I'd definitely say the important thing is there is a massive difference, you know. You had to be there. It's funny how certain moments in time and generations inspire off each other at that moment, you know. And that's something that, you know, it's hard to recapture really, or hard to regenerate, you know, because you know, if you try and regenerate what happened and where we came from with it, I don't think it works the same, you know.
Right.
It's acting, it becomes more of a play. You think, well, they did that, you know. You can tell a lot of American bands jump up and down like this. We never did that, you know. Right. The kids pogoed, but, you know, we jumped up and down in our own natural way, you know. It wasn't like some kind of stagecraft, you know. Actually, said a green canopy, I forgot we walked past that now. green canopy as well, but this one looks like it's got a tour bus here, so maybe Buzzcocks.
Hey, let me ask you a question. No disrespect intended to each one of you guys. I didn't want to disturb you when you first walked by. My name is John.
Right.
I'm homeless. I'm not a bad person. I made some bad decisions in my life. You know, got involved with the wrong woman and everything. And I didn't want to interrupt you when you were first going by. Could y'all guys find it in your heart, man, to help out a homeless brother today?
Now, I might have some change here.
Whatever you can spare, man. I mean, you know the price.
There you go, man.
No,
Thank
man,
you,
'cause I've just got my stage clothes, I ain't got any. But I hope that'll
God
help
bless
you.
you.
Yeah. You're welcome. Guess we're locked out. I'm gonna have to wait for those guys. How you doing, alright?
What's up, man? How are you? That's right. How's it going? Getting ready for another show.
Enjoying the big city?
Oh yeah.
Cool.
It's always been good to us here, you know.
Yeah, you guys sound great. Nice to meet you, man.
We're gonna be walking around this place for fucking hours.
Oh, man.
You guys were great the other night.
Thanks tonight, yeah.
I'm really looking forward to tonight.
Yeah,
You guys
so
are
that's
awesome.
one tonight we pulled
I
down,
know.
then we're carrying our own.
You
so
guys,
hopefully we'll
I've
have a
seen
good
two of the
time.
openers, and you guys were definitely
Oh,
the best.
well, thanks.
I like the loudness. You guys are
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh yeah, you got a bit loud, you know, make it
Yeah.
exciting, you know.
You guys are awesome.
We'll have a good time.
Yeah,
and,
you two have a good show.
Thanks a lot.
See ya.
Thanks a lot. Is it this one or is it... How many fucking green awnings are there? Well, this one's got tour buses outside. I'm presuming it's this, you know. You know, when we started off, it was a serious business of intent what we was doing. So I don't want to throw it all away after all these years and start going on, you know, like quiz shows and that, like some media type bore or something. You know what I mean? In terms of some laughing and joking on some regular, you know, it's a good show, but it's not for me really. I don't want to get into that kind of thing, you know what I mean? Going, hello folks, ha ha ha.
How you doing, bro?
How you doing?
I'm good, man. I do promotional work for a band called Days of This out of New York.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, you guys are... How you doing? I'm John. Nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you. Yeah,
Nice to meet you, man.
yeah.
What's going on? So, I was up to drop my friend off at the train. I've been doing promotional work all day long. I randomly dropping him off and saw you over here, so...
Okay.
Love the music, man. Love the music. Check it
Thanks a
out.
lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
we
Check
will.
it out. Contact info's on there.
We'll have
Good
a
luck.
listen on the tour.
Good luck tonight, boss.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Take it easy, man. Days of This.
Yeah.
Check it out. Let's go.
Everybody's got something to tell. You don't know how hard it is at the top. You can't get into Madison Square Garden sometimes.
Right.
Rock and roll.
Do we wait here?
These guys.
You need to go to
You guys got to go out.
you need to go to the box office. Tell them you're on the guest list.
Okay. The camera. Ranch.
Is it too blurry to get a picture of everybody together? It is perfect.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog.
Maybe you need to do it from above.
Right on time.
Oh, dead dog.
Dog red for that one as well.
See
Now we're in America. Now we're to be going like this
Yeah.
and pulling stupid faces like we're telling you.
Everybody. How are you?
He's got the vinyl.
Good. Have a good trip here?
Where are you going with that?
It's a long way, you know, you're doing it by road.
Your name again? I'm sorry. Found out earlier.
Joaquin, nice to meet you. I met you in Phoenix, isn't it?
There you go. Tempe.
Do you know where the
I'm gonna grab a brother to the with me. Oh, cool.
have a good class before jam. What are the ones